This is a install of DIY4X's shackle eye hangers for a 73 through 87 Chevy GMC. This is a 1980 GMC Jimmy I'm working on, and I'm putting on DIY4X's shackle eye hangers. Alright, this is the frame rail of a 1980 GMC Jimmy. As you can see, some work has already been done. Not very well, but it has been done. This was part of my earlier gotta get it done in a hurry, so I ended up not doing it right. Take your time, do it right. With that being said, the factory shackle hanger is this here, which is a fairly heavy duty piece of equipment already, put up by GM engineers. But granted, it's 30 years old on this truck. Things are getting wore. Things are needed to change. I've been wanting to change some things anyway. I put on Kurt from DIY4X, put on his B52 front spring mounts, and now I'm putting on the rear shackle hangers, the rear of the front spring shackle hangers. It's this piece of equipment here from Kurt. A very heavy duty piece of equipment. Comes with polyurethane bushings. Solid sleeve on the inside, very well welded and supported and gusseted. Just an overall great piece of equipment. Thanks, Kurt, for such an awesome job and providing us garage mechanics with the pieces to do it right and do it safe. These are Kurt's 7-inch shackles here. I'll be installing these on the hangers. Provides for a little bit extra lift and just give that spring room to move and flex playing around off-road. Really nice heavy-duty shackle, 3/8 thick material. Not going to have a problem damaging these as opposed to potentially the factory ones. Some of you may have already damaged the factory shackles, as you know, they're just suitable just fine for your everyday driving on road, what these trucks were originally built for. But as we take them further and farther and change things, we end up destroying stuff and just needing to make it better. Anyway, to install Kurt's shackle hangers here, what you need to do, you need to get rid of your original one. And I wish I would have known this beforehand, but if you do a search for Skull Crusher in DIY4X, he's got some great videos on installing B52's and just all kinds of great things. Some the Easy Inch, the axle shims. Great videos. Love his truck. Wish him the best of luck. Hope the thing's still running strong for him and building. You get the factory shackle hangers off. They sit right here in this hole with this bolt hole or rivet hole. This one here, here, and one more back here behind the inner fender. Kind of tough to get to. I attacked them with an angle grinder with a grinding wheel. And wish I would have known this beforehand. I should have done some research. But if you, like I said, if you research Skull Crusher's videos, he shows how to remove the rivets with an air chisel, and that works very well, very well. Much better than flying sparks burning every inch of your body. Anyway, so once you get these rivets off, you'll be able to knock the factory shackle hanger off of there. And then you'll take your forwardmost bottom hole. I've got these drilled out to 1/2 inch. I'm running 1/2 inch bolts and everything. But you'll take this forwardmost bottom hole, and that'll be your bottom rearward hole for the new hangers. Once you have that hole attached, I would suggest using a template. Kurt at DIY4X said he's made some templates in the past for customers, and I imagine they're going to be included in the kit fairly soon as an option. Highly recommended to get a template so you don't end up with some type of Easter egg looking thing like this. This was originally done with a torch, left all kinds of peaks and valleys, create stress risers, potential spot for the frame to start cracking, something we don't want. We deal with that enough with the steering box section. Don't want any extra cracks. So anyway, with the template, you'll be able to place the template over the frame rail, attaching it into this hole here with the bolt. Pilot holes here, here, and the new one here, and also a pilot hole in the center. You have the template over the front. You'll be able to drill this pilot hole, this pilot hole, this pilot hole, and the pilot hole for the center shackle hanger hole, this here. This is approximately 2 inches across, so you'll want a 2-inch hole saw, bimetal hole saw. With the pilot hole drilled, you'll be able to take this template and move it to the back side of the frame rail, attach it back in with this hole here, and you'll be able to drill the rest of these holes. Actually, you can drill these holes with the template on the front, but you'll move it around to the back, bolt the template to the frame, and you'll have a pilot hole right here in the center. Having that pilot hole in the center will allow you to guide the hole saw to make a proper hole in the frame for the new hanger and the bushing. Don't do what I did and create more work for yourself. Do it right, get the template or make your own, use the correct hole saw, and cut yourself the proper hole in the frame to hang the shackle hangers. I've still got some cleanup work to do. I've had to smooth this out with a rotofile. Got a die grinder with a rotofile on it. Works pretty good for cleaning up my screw-ups. So with that being said, I need to make my own template here. I need to make a template. I'm going to attach it on and be able to cut my hole the correct size in the correct location. I'll probably have to open it up a little bit more up here. As you can see, this is fairly low, and that's a little bit too low for everything to line up right. So I need to clean this up here for the correct size hole. Should have done it right the first time, and so buy the correct parts, get it done right the first time, and things will go a lot smoother for you. Alright, I went ahead and made my template just out of wood because that's what I had laying around. You can see I got it bolted here and here to hold it in place. Make sure you watch what's behind here. This is an automatic tranny, and I've got a couple lines running right at the top of the frame rail. Got to kind of pull those out of the way. This little bracket you got to move. But anyway, this pilot hole is nice for guiding in the hole saw, and allows you to cut a lot nicer hole than some little drooped off thing that I have no idea what I did. And don't forget to always wear your safety glasses when sawing. Don't want nothing in the eyes. Well, here's the new hole here, somewhere in there. There it is. And you can see that there's 2 metal lines here. I got a wire running through the frame here. So just be cautious when you're drilling this hole up top that you don't end up drilling through one of these lines. That'll probably ruin your night. But anyway, this is where the new hanger goes on the inside. Big part comes this way, of course, to clear the bottom width of the frame rail. And once you have that done, you should be able to bolt it on and be good to go. Alright, there it is, installed. DIY4X spring hanger installed in the frame, shackle hanger, B52's on the front, leaf springs mounted with the 7-inch shackles on there. These bolts, these take 9/16 bolts. I need to put the correct bolts in there. The spring is just hanging there for looks right now. This back hole, I was able to take the inner fender and pull it down away enough to run the drill in behind there to drill the frame. So that made it easy. And just pound the inner fender back and all good to go. So there you have it, install of DIY's shackle hanger. This is DIY4X's B52 front spring hanger mount. It has the body mount attachment built into it. You can buy them with just this lower section if you want to weld on yourself, fab it up yourself. I would recommend the whole piece here, as it just makes everything fit together the way it's supposed to. Everything lines up, no worries about your welds being a little bit off, angles being slightly wrong, none of that. Body will set back down on here with some bushings, and works great, lines right up. As you can see in here, there's multiple sets of holes for adjusting this. I slid mine all the way forward, used the second hole and the fourth hole, and then the outside set of holes here. I imagine there's other holes in here for different frame rails. Maybe the 1-tons are different. Not really sure. But this is how it sets up on my Jimmy, 1980 GMC Jimmy, using the rearward most holes. On the inside, it's got 2 holes on the bottom of the frame rail. Everything lines up great. There's also adjustments on that one. There's a rearward set of holes and a frontward set of holes. I use the rearward set of holes on everything. 52-inch rear springs out of the back of a half-ton Suburban, and they mount into the forwardmost hole. Very adjustable depending on the length of your spring, where your shackle sits. You can fine-tune your angle to anything you want. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible by moving that rear shackle hanger forward, putting on Kurt's shackle eye hangers, and as well as mounting them into these B52 front mounts. There's a bunch of write-ups and videos on these B52 front mounts. They're an awesome product. Skull Crusher has a few good videos out there on them. He shows some really good install tips, like removing the factory rivets with an air chisel and just how he set his up, and it works out really well. Thank you, Skull Crusher, for giving me advice and the videos you've put on there. It's really helped me a lot, and I'd recommend anybody doing this research his videos and look at the things he's done to his truck and go from there. He's done a lot of good work. Kurt makes an excellent product with DIY. Highly recommended. And enjoy your parts. I would recommend buying his parts. I hope this video has helped somebody out. I know I like searching YouTube when I'm researching things. Maybe this will help somebody out and make their project a little easier. And we're all here to help each other, so enjoy. God bless.